Hello, hello. What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Megan. Welcome back to the HoodAstroQueen. To all of my returning subscribers, if this is your first time joining me on today, be sure to hit that subscribe button because you know you want to. So today I am coming to you guys once more with another free reading. Once again, if you are interested in booking a paid reading, you can contact me at astroworld@gmail.com. Once again, astro, ASTROWERLD @gmail.com. All right. However, every month, I do try to get a few free readings in as a way of showing my appreciation to my subscribers. Okay. Even if you've already submitted an entry, if I don't get to you in like a month or two, you can always resubmit. And, I just try to knock out as many as I can as I go along. Okay. So, with that being said, let's get started with our next reading. So, this individual, we're going to call her CP, and she writes to me, "Hi, Megan. I feel like I'm in a dilemma. I currently live with my mother and two brothers. Unfortunately, my mother has been in the hospital since the end of 2018 due to an illness, and it's been a struggle for me tackling home and dealing with my own issues. I'm the oldest out of four, and I am responsible for getting my youngest brother to and from where he needs to go. I hardly have a life, hardly had one to begin with. Growing up, I've had to sacrifice my life for my family, and I missed out on life. I'm at the age where I should be doing me, but my mother isn't really hearing me out. She wants me to stay at home and continue being the mother to this kid I did not give birth to. I'm not sure if I can continue on sacrificing my life for my brother who could care less about me. I've had moments of ending my life completely. I'm thinking you mean you had moments where you thought about ending your life completely, just so I wouldn't have to go through this. I don't know what to do, nor do I know what my future holds." Okay, CP. I hate to hear that. I really do. I'm sorry. I know that can suck like big time. Especially when you don't have kids and it's like you feel indebted or you feel like you're stuck with this responsibility. Now, you were born on December 28th, 1989 at 12:13 p.m. in Villa Rica, Georgia. Now, the minute I pulled up your birth chart, I like a lot of things made sense. You have a mean Capricorn stellium, like a mean Capricorn stellium. Your sun, moon, Mercury, Uranus, and Neptune are all in Capricorn. Okay. And I mean, with that being said, Capricorn is the sign of depression, and it could definitely explain a lot of those deep dark feelings that you feel. I know you said you even thought about suicide, and so for that I would absolutely advise you to seek help, like professional help. I don't know if you know how far you are in that process of exploring different therapists or finding somebody to talk to, but I definitely would advise you to do so. That's number one. Number two, especially with your Mercury and Capricorn, this can create a situation where somebody is quite literally responsible for taking care of a sibling. Okay, it definitely explains you being the eldest, because it can deal with you. It can either deal with you being significantly older than your siblings or having siblings who are significantly older than you. So there's that. And just that Capricorn energy in general, especially with you being a Capricorn moon and Mercury, it can deal with you kind of using a lot of spending a lot of your time isolated in seclusion, which I know you said you kind of felt like that. You felt like you've never had much of a life. You kind of always been closed off and restricted by your family. And that Capricorn energy can also be responsible for feelings of a lot of people with strong Capricorn energy feel like they had to grow up faster than other people around them, because Capricorn is also the sign of old age. Okay, it's governed by Saturn, which is all about responsibility, right? It's all about elderly people, and it could create a situation so maybe you gravitate towards older people, or you yourself feel like you've been an old lady. Okay, and from what you described, I'm going to assume that the latter would apply to you, feeling like you've been saddled with all of these responsibilities, all of these burdens. That's very much Saturn energy. Also, with you being a Aries ascendant, Capricorn falls in its ruling house of the 10th house. Okay, this is where it naturally resides. It's where it feels comfortable. So with that being said, your stellium and your Capricorn stellium in this 10th house also is responsible for you feeling so just completely just like unhappy with having this much authority and spending this much time being a caretaker. Okay, especially when I look, because I forgot to mention your Saturn is also in Capricorn as well. Your Saturn is opposing your Chiron in your 4th house of Cancer. And particularly, Capricorn is not meant to be a homebody sign, okay? That's why it's standing. The 10th house is directly opposed to the 4th house. The 4th house deals with home and family. Your Saturn opposing your 4th house Chiron can add to that sense of discomfort because you naturally want to be out in the world, right? Capricorn is naturally an ambitious sign, hardworking sign, very much built for career. People who have lots of career ambitions, worldly things they want to do, accomplishments. Capricorn thrives off of recognition, which, I could understand how living a type of life where you're just like a primary caretaker and limited and restricted to just your family and being at home with family and looking out for family is very challenging. Not to mention the fact that Chiron in the 4th house can be rather it can create a unhappy childhood, a traumatic childhood, even a childhood that was saddled by debt and responsibility and burdens. It maybe sometimes even abuse from one level or another. Or where you felt isolated, especially with your sun. Also, your sun and moon is opposing your Chiron as well. So I know it could be bad. And as far as your emotions go, I know that that intensifies a lot of stuff you've probably been dealing with. Just feeling depressed and hopeless and pessimistic for a very, very long time. And I'm sorry about that. I'm very sorry about that. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but especially with your 4th house being 6 places from the 10th house, and the 10th house usually deals with the mother. So I'm wondering if your mom has like cancer of some sort, like ovarian cancer or any type of issues with like the womb or the breast or the stomach area. You can let me know what's going on with that. So with all of this being said, I like to look at the lunar nodal placements to explain the why when it comes to the things that are happening or certain patterns that occur in somebody's chart, okay? Your Leo South Node is in your 5th house, of course. According to the Placidus method, which I don't really use that often, it intercepts your 4th house of Cancer as well, which, ultimately makes a lot of your life journey about choosing between the loyalty that you have for your family and seeking validation from this could be family, this could be from yourself, and choosing between that or going your own route. Okay, and that's that Aquarius North Node. It's all about, because Aquarius is very detached. It's all about creating distance, space. It's even like non-conformist in a lot of ways. So like cutting against the grain, going your own way, throwing yourself into a particular career field even, a hobby, something that's going to allow you to become more sociable with people. This could even benefit your love life with your Venus in Aquarius also. So doing things to really take you away from that caretaker space and into a more independent role, where you're living. I don't want to say for yourself, because Aquarius is all about like receiving blessings from other people, pouring into other people, but I think that ultimately you will feel more fulfilled by doing that. You know what I'm saying? By retreating into the outside world, so to speak, which is a complete transformation from what you're normally accustomed to. So there's that. With that being said, I can't tell you what to do with your brother exactly. Like, oh, kick him out. Oh, don't fuck with him. Whatever. But I will say this, especially with Leo South Nodes do tend to be very, very loyal, and to a fault even, because Leo governs the heart. A lot of things that you do are coming from the heart space. And especially as it pertains to dealing with family. But yes, I'm absolutely recommending that you embrace that Aquarius North Node and detach. Now, this is not to say throw your family to the wayside. Don't ever do nothing for your brothers. Fuck everybody. Fuck them all. But, because Aquarius is all about, it is about helping others, and it is a sign of humanitarianism. It is. But Aquarius loves from a distance. Aquarius is one of those signs, a lot of people refer to it as like, oh, the water bearer. And because they're symbolized by the water bearer, they're just like this deep, compassionate, super, mushy gushy type of sign. When in actuality, Aquarius is one of those signs that are loyal to causes and ideals, but not so much with people. Like Aquarius can distance itself and kind of, want the greater good from afar, if that makes sense. And I think that's definitely a lesson you could stand to learn. Okay. So whatever that looks like for you. But most of all, I definitely want you to get some help, because your depression is going to get worse with age, especially with your Saturn in Capricorn. You also have your moon conjoined to Saturn in astrology. That's also one of the, major indicators of depression. So I want you to get some help. In doing so, I think you could, and actually, now that I'm thinking about it, with Taurus on your second house, that second house deals with advice, okay? It's the house of advice. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Your Venus is also, it's not conjoined to your North Node, but it's in Aquarius as well, which I would definitely advise you to find a therapist, okay? Find a therapist to help you talk out some of these issues, walk you through. And maybe, by the end of your sessions, you might even find that, you've discovered that it's a new career you want to embark on, a new hobby you want to take up, anything of that nature. But like I said, finding that healthy sense of detachment from your family is definitely going to help you out. Okay. So I hope this resonated. And, feel free to reach out to me with any more questions, comments, concerns, anything you may need. I hate to say I'm going to pray for you, because I feel like that's the right thing. It sounds good, but it doesn't really help. But I definitely have you in my heart, and I understand a lot of those feelings. Trust me. Okay. And I can't promise you that it's going to get better overnight, but you know what they say, girl, if what don't kill you make you stronger. Okay. You just got to ride it out. So you guys make sure you practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. And this is your girl, Megan. And until next time, I holla.